All right, now to a special report you will only see on Kold News 13. You see them every day, white trails that are left behind by jets.
Some say there's a lot more to those trails than what you've been told. It's leading to a lot of speculation. First Alert Chief Meteorologist Chuck George is here now with some answers.
There are a lot of opinions about contrails out there, guys, but we went digging for the science. We wanted to find out what's fact and what's fiction. Jet exhaust has water vapor in it. Planes fly way high up in the sky where the air is very cold. Cold air forces the moisture in the exhaust to condense, forming man-made trails of cloud particles. But others say these contrails are in fact chemtrails. Even pop icon Prince has talked about it.
When I was a kid, I used to see these trails in the sky all the time, and so, oh, that's cool. A jet just went over. And then you started to see a whole bunch of them. And the next thing you know, everybody in your neighborhood was fighting and arguing, and you didn't know why.
Sound a little different? The chemtrails theories are vast. Solar radiation management, population control, weather control, even biological and chemical warfare. Chris Haskell is a Tucson resident heading the movement here on chemtrails.
They're spraying barium and aluminum powder, and they're doing this to control the weather.
So we went to ask some questions. Does the government have a secret plan to control the weather? Fact. The government has thought about and experimented with weather modification in the past. But also fact, the Air Force has stated on more than one occasion that there are no experiments going on. Confused? To clear it up, we need to go back to 1996 and an unclassified Air Force paper. It examined weather modification as one method of remaining a world superpower in the year 2025. Now, I've read the paper and read it again. It pushed planners to look outside the box, even at fictional situations. It forced them to imagine a world in 2025, to even imagine things that might seem, well, mythical at this time. That world included weather modification. So, did the paper give away secret plots to spray the atmosphere and us? Why are they there some days and not others? Why do they sometimes look like planned patterns? Scientists say the explanations are simple. The upper atmosphere has to be just moist enough that the contrail doesn't evaporate as soon as it forms. That happens sometimes, but not always. The patterns that chemtrail proponents say look planned are simply the paths that American airspace follows. Airspace is generally gridded into north-south paths.
Anybody can take a look at the skies for themselves and tell the difference between what is a contrail and what is an obvious 50-mile-long plume coming out of the back of a plane that's being sprayed, that gets larger and larger and literally makes itself into a cloud.
Need more opinions? They are all over the net. But here's the opinion of the leader of the University of Arizona's atmospheric science program.
They are formed from the condensation of water vapor coming out of the jet engines of those airplanes.
Yep, that's a contrail. We talked about that. So is there something secret or scary going on?
There is no conspiracy. There is no conspiracy. There is no conspiracy.
So that was the opinion of the University of Arizona's head of the atmospheric science department. Yeah.
It's so interesting. We've been hearing about this more and more, and we get a lot of emails about this, and I know we've had conversations. Does that mean that more and more people believe that these are chemtrails?
Well, there's been a movie that these groups have made about it. They've posted it on YouTube. You're seeing signs around town that tell you to Google what's in the sky or what are they spraying on us. I think there probably are more and more people saying this, and I just met the gentleman tonight who leads the Tucson group. He really believes it. He really does. However, scientifically, I've never seen a contrail in the sky that I couldn't explain by looking at a weather map and saying, oh, there's humidity way up high, even though it's really dry down here.
You know, I think one thing to put it to rest, why don't they just go up there, follow one of those jets, and capture that cloud and analyze it?
And I've asked those questions as well. You know, they're saying that there's barium in the lakes in Arizona that somehow is related to what's up there. There's a missing link in science. If you're going to say something's in the lake, you got to be able to prove where it came from. Yep. Just measuring it there doesn't necessarily mean that it came from a plane.
All right. Thanks a lot, Chuck.